Now, this morning, we're opening our phone lines to discuss an issue that affects every Nigeria: new tax laws and their planned implementation. Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reaffirmed that the reforms will take effect as scheduled, with some already in force since June 26, 2025, and others set to commence in January 2026. In a statement personally signed by the president, he described the reforms as a once-in-a-generation opportunity to build a fair, competitive, and robust fiscal foundation for the country. He also clarified that the new laws are not designed to increase taxes, but to reset the system, harmonize processes, protect dignity, and strengthen the social contract. Now, according to him, the reforms are now firmly in the delivery stage with no major issues identified that would justify a delay. Our question this morning is direct. Do you support this implementation moving forward as planned in January? Do you buy the argument for a structural reset, or are you skeptical about the promises that these won't lead to higher taxes? Whether you're an entrepreneur, a salary earner, or managing a household budget, we need your perspective. Feel free to call in using the numbers on your screen so we can hear from you this morning. You can also send us a WhatsApp message and share your perspective concerning the new tax law that would commence just tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow is New Year. We're entering 2026 New Year, and the presidents have insisted that these will go on regardless of, what critics have to say about it. And then knowing fully well that, we have an issue at hand concerning the, the tempering of this new tax law. We heard that, some things were being adjusted, and what is being signed in the first place is not what is being passed. So, all of these are also issues that are surrounding this tax laws. But then let's take our first caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning this morning. My name is Yahya Isa, calling you from Mina in Niger State.
Thank you for calling in.
Go ahead with your thoughts.
Hello, can you go ahead with your thoughts? We can hear you.
I think the topic you are discussing this morning is very, very critical and important in our drive to development. But one thing we should ask ourselves, is Nigeria really that industrialized that this new tax law, that we need to implement it so urgently? When you look at our basic necessities of life, government is trying to provide, but it's not adequate, especially in the area of infrastructure, roads, hospitals, water, and security. A lot of environments are being sacked by bandits. Many small markets are not operating. And today, you want to implement a tax law that will continue to take us back to medieval era. So in my opinion, there is need for government to sit down and prioritize what they should do, not urgently trying to implement this new tax law. Honestly speaking, I am not in support of it, and I'm sure there are many people who share in my own opinion. We can differ in so many ways, but that is my submission.
All right, thank you very much for that. Maimuna, looking at this particular new tax law to take effect on January 1st, 2026, I would have thought that with all the concerns surrounding the new tax law, there would be, a kind of step back to look at it from another critically from another point of view, and make sure that all the intricacies of these new tax laws are looked over. And aside from that, make sure that Nigerians are educated enough to understand what the new tax law is all about. Because at the end of the day, even if put aside the discrepancies that were, found when it came to the new tax laws, the whole tax law and the details of it, Nigerians do not have enough details concerning to understand what is going on, and for it to even take effect, and it is going to affect each and every Nigerian's life.
Absolutely. So and Nigerians are even saying this is not the right time to, bring this out.
Exactly.
We know what is going on in the country. People can, barely afford the 3 square meal in a day. We have, the hike in transportation fare. We have the hike in fuel. We don't have, better health system. Drugs are expensive and what have you. And you're bringing this to our table at this particular time. We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Right, I think we lost that caller. You can call us back and let's hear your perspective this morning. The numbers displayed on your screen, you can reach us through those numbers, and you can also send in a WhatsApp message. Absolutely. So Hauwa, kindly go ahead.
All right, now looking at it at this point, I believe there was a committee that was put together to make sure that, they go through and sift out these discrepancies and understand where they came from. And I thought that would be weighted on till it pans out and see what the results of their investigations are before, going forth and implementing this new tax law. But at this point, it is even still vital, even if these tax laws are going to be implemented, Nigerians should be aware of what is going on. They should be educated enough to understand that this is taking effect and these are the procedures that are going to happen and go on. It's not necessary, it's not, I would say, straightforward for each and every Nigerian to understand what the tax law is all about. That is why, as you made mention earlier, that every Nigerian has now become, an educator when it comes to the new tax law, because we are feeling, the impact that is going to happen when this new tax law takes effect on January 1st, 2026, because people have to understand why these monies are coming out of my transactions, why these monies are going to be pushed forth to the federal government, and things like that, to understand, okay, when it comes to purchases, when it comes to, having a business, when it comes to different transactions, people have to understand what it entails. And aside from that, is another burden on Nigerians trying to shell out money, more levies, more tax to pay to the federal government. Absolutely. And not seeing any results. But
yes, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Dr. Suleiman Shaibu. I'm calling you from Kano.
Good morning,
Dr. Suleiman.
Please go ahead.
So actually, to start straight, we are not in support for this quick implementation of this policy. As it is, not many have the details of what this tax policy is all about. And we are also surprised at the speed at which the government want to hurriedly implement this policy. This has further increased our suspicion. If you will take time to go to the street and ask many people, out of every 100 you will interview, you hardly can get 10 that will tell you they fully understand everything about this policy. And I think the government is serving people. You didn't bring yourself into this office. You went around the nation campaign, asked people for votes to protect the interests of the people. And if you want to make policy, I think for an important policy like this one, that is supposed to be subjected to even people coming back to their constituency for public hearing. But all of this have just been shabbily done, and the government is in a haste to implement. Actually, we are not in support, and I have only one message to the government. In the past, there is already a mistrust between the government and the government in this country. People believe government and government officials are illegally taking the resources meant for development of the nation and are personally developing themselves. There is this general perception and belief. But because Nigerians believe they are taking the resources meant for everybody, the worries are not too much. But I want to tell government and appeal to them, they should go and study what is causing uprising all over the globe. Where people are taxed, now I work hard, I am into business, I am into any other form of work. I get my money, government forcibly collect part of that money, and I will not see anything on the ground. They should know it is no longer going to be business as usual. If you implement this and you think you will continue to live the same way you have been, the same way you have been managing resources, honestly speaking, it will not take time. People will revolt against this. So government should be mindful of what they are about implementing. They should go. We are not praying for anything bad in this country. We don't have any other country other than Nigeria. But it is practically impossible. You collect tax by force and nothing to show on the ground. It will attract what we are not praying for in no time. May God forbid bad thing happening in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in
Dr.
and sharing
Suleiman.
your thoughts. Hauwa, it's going to be unfair, for Nigerians, for people that are struggling to make ends meet.
And the question is, why the urgency?
Absolutely. It's going to be very, very unfair. If at the end of the day, you're taxing these people and they are not seeing what you're using those taxes for, it's going to turn out to be something else. Because another question is, the other taxes that Nigerians have been paying, what have you used them for? What have we seen so far?
Vital question.
Absolutely. We have another report from resident doctors and health workers that, the agreement between the federal government is yet to be, implemented, and another nationwide strike will soon go on. Prices of foodstuffs in the market is very expensive. House rent is becoming a nightmare for every single Nigerian in this country. So if you're going to do this, you should be able to make it
sure that
very,
it is
very
comfortable
absolutely,
and get a better living environment for Nigerians.
Well, sure, but we have another caller on the line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Really, I'm enjoying your program. I'm calling from Abakar. I'm calling from Kogi State.
Thank you for calling in.
Abakar. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Yes. About the tax something.
Go ahead.
I want to comment about the tax something.
Please go ahead.
I'm not going to speak in grammar, so I'm only interacting with you people, you understand? You see, we don't have good roads. There's no good road, there's no hospital, there's nothing. So what are you going to what are we taxing for? We don't have performing hospital, government hospital, we don't have performing government schools, we don't have performing highway roads. So what are we taxing for? I don't know. So if I'm not mistaken, the tax has no meaning to Nigerians too, because our leaders are corrupt. They are not using our tax well. They are using our money for development. They are not using the money for the society. So I don't welcome the tax something. That is all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling in and sharing your perspective on this topic. For a country where citizens provide basic amenities for themselves, if you go to some communities and some areas and some states, you realize that the residents of that community or the areas were the ones that came together to make sure that they have good roads, they have water, they have security,
find a way to have electricity
and make life comfortable for themselves out of what they earn.
out of pocket.
Absolutely.
Yes, we'll have another caller
on the line.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, thank you for
Ibn
joining us.
Ali from Niger State.
Thank you for
joining us,
in.
Ibn Ali. Go ahead with your thoughts.
I want to appreciate the Trust TV, the management, and others, and even the presenters for the wonderful job you are doing.
All right, thank you very much.
Yes, about the new tax law to begin tomorrow by God willing. You see, change is constant in life, and we cannot continue to do the same thing the same way and we expect to move forward. The new tax law, they have tried to communicate with Nigerians through so many town meetings and several forums to make sure that the people contribute positively to make it work. You see, the problem we are having in this country, even the one we are using now, the tax law we are using now, many Nigerians are not even aware of even the tax law. So even this new one, if you want everybody to know, if you reach next 10 years before we even think of even implementing it. But this new tax law, it is a favor for the low-income earners. We have been learning for long that the rich in our midst are not paying appropriately. And this new tax law targeted the rich, not the poor. For example now, an entrepreneur who is not, the turnover is not up to 100 million naira, will be exempted on paying tax, which is not like that before. You only have a turnover of less than 10 million, and the taxes are here every year. But in this new tax law, exempt you from paying tax. Then, if as a salary earner, your total annually income is not up to 1 million naira, you will be exempted from paying tax. Now, could you believe that somebody who is working as a private school, collecting just 15,000 naira or 20,000 naira monthly is paying tax now? So this new tax law will exempt some people from paying tax. So Nigerians should know that this new tax law is in favor of the poor masses, not the way around that some people are trying to brainwash the masses that is against them. No, it's not like that. Let us continue to support the government. Let us ask questions where we are not clear. Let us ask, let us read, let us get the document, let us get the facts. That is how we build our country, because this country belongs to all of us. And we have to move forward. We cannot continue to do the same thing the same way and we expect to move forward. It doesn't work like that. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts. And Hauwa, another fear of Nigerians is the fact that, some Nigerians would say that for the poor, taxing them and making them pay more, it's, a huge alarm for them. But then they're also looking at big businesses, big business owners. Will these people manipulate the system at the end of the day, and not being taxed? Because in everything we do in this country, Nigerians have a way of manipulating
the system.
Yes, the system. So that's another big fear when it comes to, paying this taxes.
We'll have another caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Okay, my name is Godswill Orieru. I'm calling from Lagos.
Good morning, Godswill.
Good morning, Godswill. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Okay, I saw the title here. Do you support implementation January? The tax law should not be implemented. You do know why?
Go ahead with your reasons.
The subsidy removal, the whole money that came from that subsidy, we the masses are the ones suffering the subsidy removal. Now the whole money that comes from it goes back to the government. It goes back to the state governments, and nothing they have done with that money. They amass the money in their pockets. Look at the cars the kind of cars, the convoy the governors are using, the senators, go down to the ordinary world chairman and all that. Look at the affluence, what they flaunt everywhere. Okay, money everywhere, they were loaded, yet the masses is suffering. The taxes they have been collecting before, what have they done with it? What you have collected, you have not shown anything done with it. Now you want to collect more, even if they are collecting from the rich, not from the poor. It does not make any difference. That thing should not be implemented. It should be cancelled. What they do in the Western world was that they do all kinds of laws, and these laws are being used to help the people, the tax laws. If you look at that, their healthcare, free healthcare, food for those, medicals and all that, is for everyone there. And when you are paying that tax, you are not paying because you see what you are paying for. But right now in Nigeria, what provision are they made? Are there care homes for elderly people? You are here in the city trying to also, you are thinking of your elderly ones at home, how you will take care of them, no rest of mind to cater. But in those places where they have this kind of taxes, there are provisions for elderly people. Are there provisions like that here? No. So the level of wickedness in this country is too high. The wickedness that is attached to foolishness. Because the government, the people in government, they are wicked and they are foolish. Now, when a wicked person is foolish, you see, the level of the wickedness cannot be quantified. You are bringing a tax law that will sink the people more, where you see that they are crying. People are crying, no food, no water. Electricity is hiked, band A, band B. That one is not enough. Talk of fuel hike is there. Dollar fluctuating at 1.5, it's there. Food stuff, insecurity everywhere. People are crying just to even get money to chicken to kill a good chicken for this season or celebration. You need to get about 35,000 to get a good chicken and all that. Aren't they thinking for people? Are they not thinking for? Are we not human beings? Until the whole country gets up and begin to pick them one by one from their houses before they know that things are wrong. The tax law should not be implemented at all. It should not be it should be cancelled. Not that thing, they should throw it away. It should not be implemented January. It should not be implemented at all. It should be cancelled. They should go back to the drawing board and do the fundamentals. The fundamentals are not taken care of. There are things that need to be in place. If the system is in order, the structures are in order, everything is in place. Okay, then you can begin to think of bringing in more tax laws that the people will be happy to do because they are benefiting for what is done on ground already. If the system is okay and we are benefiting from the system, we are enjoying the system, when you tax us, we'll be happy to pay more. Look at Anthony, the boxer in the UK. How much came from that boxing? How much is he paying as tax? But he's not crying. Why is he not crying? Because the system is giving back what is giving as tax.
All right, we lost that call. Make sure you call us back. The topic still remains the new tax law regime. Do you support it being implemented on January 1st, 2026? Make sure you call us in, send a WhatsApp message. We have a couple of WhatsApp messages, Maimuna.
Absolutely. We have one message from Dr. Abakar Halidu. And it says, good morning, I am dismayed by the new tax law, which seems to further burden the common man. Now, the removal of fuel subsidies hasn't yielded the expected results, and the president's promises remain unfulfilled. And this new law feels like another blow to Nigerians. Moreover, the discrepancies between the gazetted law and the published version raises serious concerns about transparency and legitimacy. It's disheartening to see policies that seem to prioritize revenue generation over citizens' welfare. Finally, the tax law should not be implemented, not tomorrow and not any day, until and unless the government do the needful.
All right, we have another caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What is your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling Bagudu Street.
All right, go ahead with your thoughts. Can you hear us?
All right, Abaka, you can call us back and, share your perspective as well. How about more messages?
Yes, we have another WhatsApp message, and this message is from Akin Tunde from Kaduna State, and he said, please, our lawmakers should not allow or sign any new tax law bills of tinubu. This new tax law bill is another way to enrich federal government because we Nigerians don't trust them. If I may ask, where is the money Tinubu has been saving since the removal of subsidy so far? What about the money Tinubu has been borrowing so far? This new tax law bill will only bring hardship and hunger to the poor masses. There are different taxes that people have been paying and nothing to show for it in Tinubu's government. Tinubu should explain to us how much money of subsidy he has gathered and where is the money and how much is the money. People should advise Tinubu because the whole burden will fall on the poor masses who are struggling to survive. Thank you very much, Akin Tunde.
All right, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning. Sorry, I came back. I'm Dr. Suleiman from Kano.
Oh, okay. Thank you for calling back, Dr. Suleiman.
Sorry for disturbing you again for the second.
Please go ahead.
Just one aspect I have forgotten to talk about. Though people are entitled to their opinion, but the propaganda they are putting forward to say it's only the rich that are going to suffer this tax is just a deceitful approach. I take it for instance, even if it is the rich, if they are into business, product or service provision, by the time you tax them unnecessarily, who buy this product, either the services or they are going to sell it to the masses. And the end pricing of their product will include all this tax. So it is just going to be shifted to the masses. They should not, please, they are not talking to illiterates. We have taken our time to study this document. And as a student of policy formulation, when there is outcry during policy formulation, there is no point government should be in a haste. This has further increased suspicion. Is there anything government want to achieve? Is Nigeria going to crash if you defer this implementation to a time until when people fully understand? If there is positive benefit, we will support it. But we are crying out and the government is saying to hell with us. For heaven's sake, things are never done this way. So I'm appealing to the government to listen to the outcry. Let us not go and plunge ourselves into an avoidable crisis. Please, it's an appeal we are making. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity.
Thank you for calling back,
Thank you very much,
Dr. Suleiman. And okay, we have another WhatsApp message. He says, good morning, aunties. Actually, this is not the right time that they bring tax laws because people are in one chance in the country to eat self is difficult. And they now want to bring us these tax laws. And I will punish all of them, inshallah, and will come out for protest against it.
All right, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, make sure you call us back. All right, there's another caller. Hello, good morning.
How are you?
Oh, very well, thank you. Good morning.
What is your name?
I'm calling from Abakaliki.
Pardon?
I'm calling from Abakaliki, my state.
All right, what is your name?
My name is Prof. Friday, regular caller.
All right, thank you for calling in. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Yeah. My only contribution or my observation is that the National Assembly, it cannot bring president. The problem we have in this country is the National Assembly. Because one thing about it is that there are people representing us. If they see that how the Nigerians are feeling, they should respond according to what the people they're representing are feeling. Rep and Senate, they are not from America. They are not from heaven. They are not from nowhere. They are from different places in the country representing people. But it seems as if they are not doing anything there. As we have already done that now, and they always stayed one place, looking happy, reacting the struggle between the president and the masses. They have done that thing. And for them to do something that meaningful, they will not do it. Because without the National Assembly doing what the president have already signed, if they question it, the president will say, I have people that they are representing people that they are working with me, that these people are people that they don't need what is happening. Because they have not signed the thing. But it's not like everything is to do to the president. The president is one person. This assembly are the people that are causing problems in this country. There are people causing this problem. Staying quiet, not saying, okay, this is not good. President, how can we do it? Or nothing they say as this. Nothing in the National Assembly. All they are there is just to collect money. This is a tax. They only feel it because they are not feeling because they say they are collecting Nigerian money. They are already in position. When they come out, they will now know that what they have done is not only for against it. I'm not against the tax law. In America and other places, they pay high tax. But what is that? People are just saying this because the government, they see that government is not sincere to them. And the problem is that the National Assembly don't even know what the people are representing, what they need. When you reach that place, what you are looking is their own pocket. Just like what they are talking about this tax law. What they need, when they collect the money, they will not even use it to do anything. They will use their pocket. Every National Assembly are in their pocket for their pocket. And everybody in the leadership is for their pocket, not for the masses. But if you go to somewhere like America, where people the leaders are interested for that, if you pay tax, they collect high tax, and they now respond with the high immunities. They make sure that everything is working. Like now, in the former, before those that were former leaders, like Michael Okora and Tafa Belowa, if you look at that, when they collect, there was a time there was nothing like oil in Nigeria. They also use agriculture and tax to run the country. But they were sincere more than now. National Assembly, what they are not even interested in what the masses can even gain. What they are interested in what they can put inside their pocket when they give the lobby there for the bill to go on. Now the parents will be suffering. The numbers are fearing that the same National Assembly are there for their pocket. How they know the president want the ministers they are for their pocket. When they call it the tax, they won't put it into they put it into their business. They use it to do something for the people. Not only attacking the president. The National Assembly are mostly the people that are causing the whole problem. That's my take. Huh?
All right, thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts, and that wraps up the phone-in segment. Thank you to everyone who called in and also sent in their WhatsApp messages.